Our caravan, if you're not aware, is an end bed mid washroom layout. It's a 4-berth caravan, and we love it. There is one nagging issue though, which really wasn't much of an issue, but I've noticed that there's an easy way to resolve it. And that is that when the door is closed in the bathroom and you're sat on the loo, you can see everywhere in here through the gap between the door and the wallboard. There's quite a substantial gap. It's a good, I don't know, 1/4 inch, and you can literally sit there with one eye open and just peering through, and you can see everything. So I've noticed that in newer caravans they have a protective guard over the door and the wall to stop exactly that, to give you a little bit more modesty. I think they call it a modesty strip. I think that's what they call it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, this is one I found a couple of days ago. So something like this. I think this will do exactly, but I think I can make it better than this, because that's awful where that's been fitted on. And also, I'm not sure about that colour. So a few weeks ago now, before the heat wave, I asked the question, what is this? What do I call it? Where do I search for it? I tagged a few people that I thought may stock it. They didn't. Prima did stock it, and everybody came back to me and they mentioned that in fact what is covering that door is what's known as a finger guard. And I was eternally grateful for everybody on Twitter, by the way. Thank you everybody who told me what it was and where they could get it and how they use them. I did have a search then for finger guards, and I came up with a site called fingerguard.com. UK site is a sub company from Stormflame, this company here, and they were fantastic. I gave them a call and I said, look, this is what I want to do. I need to put it in a caravan. I want to do this. And they said, would you like some samples for us to send out to you? And I said, yes, absolutely. Also, can you give me some different colour options? Because as you can see on this paperwork here, there's lots of different colours. And as good as gold, a couple of days later, they sent over a load of samples for me. A brown strip, a white strip, an off-white strip, another brown strip so you can actually see how the thing works, beach colour, and they also gave me a different finger guard which goes the other side of the door. These go on the inside edge. Oh, that's that then, I've lost that now, never to be seen again. That goes on the inside edge. This one goes on the outside edge of the door. They also very kindly sent me a bigger piece as well, so that I can actually see how this will work. And as you can see, this is basically what we're dealing with. It's two fairly strong pieces of plastic with a very thin rubbery piece in the middle. And as you can see, it installs on the door like so, and then as it opens, it closes. It basically blocks any gap in the middle. Now these are held on with adhesive strips and also screws as well. So let's measure up the door. Because the strips that they sell it in is 1980mm strips, and I know for a fact our door is not that tall, so I just want to measure up and see how they are. A couple of considerations I need to make sure. I need to make sure I go around that correctly, which shouldn't be a problem, and also I need to make sure I don't interfere with that fixing down the bottom there where the wallboard is actually fixed to the floor. So I need to make sure it's slightly shorter than that. And I know that what they sell is in 1980mm length. I've measured this door from here down the bottom and it's 1910mm. So I think that's what we're going to do, and I think you'll agree as well, brown I think works quite well in here. I think it will work quite well indeed, in fact. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to order a strip of this. Right, here's the thing. I'm just about to order it now. It comes in 1960mm strips, not 80mm strips. That's fine. It's still longer than the door anyway, so I'm going to need to cut it down. But a big thing to point out is that this is £9.68 to buy, and it's then £15 shipping, which I was a little bit, well, that's a bit ridiculous. But then if you think about it, it's a 2 metre long parcel, isn't it? It's going to be an odd parcel shape. So unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to suck it in and see and order it anyway. Still, it's still going to come under £30 when it's all done and dusted, so I think that's not too bad. I'm sure there'd be places that you could go and walk in and buy this stuff from anyway, but I can't find anywhere local to me, so I'm just going to go ahead and buy it anyway, and we'll see how we get on. So be warned that the shipping is quite expensive.
48 hours of priority shipping later.
It's a bit longer than 48 hours in actual fact, because we've had a heatwave between the last time I filmed and today. Anyway, it has arrived. The parcel was ridiculous. It was over 2 meters long. It was in a cardboard tube, and it was fun getting it up here in the car, because it's just long enough that it's too long to go through the front seat, the back seat and the boot. Anyway, be warned that if you do buy this, yeah, it's a bit fun. It has arrived today. As you can see, this is the strip. I've got lots of screws that have arrived as well. This is too long for the door, as we already worked out. This is 1960, the door is 1910. I don't want this as long as the door, I want it a bit shorter than the door to make sure we miss that fixing at the bottom. So I've come up with an idea. You can see here, you can see the gap from the top, that screw to there. I'm wondering whether, if I cut this piece 30 mils there, that'll be short enough to go long enough up the door, but leave a little bit of gap at the top and the bottom. I think that might be what I do. So what I'm going to do is get my set square out, get my ruler, get my knife, cut this down, and then start to see about measuring up for fitting onto the door. Now I have had a go at cutting this as well on this stuff here, and you can see it works out okay. I'm just using a Stanley knife, set square and a ruler. It does make a bit of a marred edge on it, but I'm going to clean that up with some wet and dry in a minute. So what I want to do, I basically want to replicate this gap here, and that is 30 mil from the edge. So I'm going to go from here, I'm going to go 30 mil from the edge there. I'm just going to measure that across. Like so. I must say it's quite interesting cutting this stuff, because you've got 3 different thicknesses. This is really thick, this is sort of thick, this is super thin, thick, really thick. So it's a bit interesting, and all this stuff wants to do, by the way, is slide around. Right, and there we go. That is cut down to size. This is when I found out I've cut it too short and I need to buy another one. Right, let me explain what I've done. I've been measuring up and marking up here. So from that point there to that point there, that's 90 millimeters. The strip itself, when it's flat, is 100 millimeters, but I want it to obviously go round the hinges, etc. So I've given it a 90 mil left to right. I've measured from the top of the door down using my set square, so it's level with the top of the door and the top of the caravan, because obviously, as you can see, we're at a bit of an angle here in storage, so it's a bit fun getting a vertical level. So I've made a measure. I made a couple of other marks as well, because I was experimenting with a thinner gap, but no, 90 mil seems to fit right, I think. And then what I've done is I've just made a mark here, 2 marks here, where I can put 2 screws. So I'm just going to get a bradawl, and I'm about to put 2 screws in, one in the door and one in the wallboard. Okay, I think that looks all right. So all I've got to do now is just mark out the rest of the screw marks and also make sure that it's level. So and go from there, really. Right, I've now pulled the adhesive back down here and got it to that screw there, and I just need to do the other side now. So what I've done is I've exposed a little bit of it at the top there. I undid the screw, exposed a little bit of it just to get this down beneath the screw, and now it's just a case of pulling it down as far as the next one and smoothing it down. There we go, that's quite satisfying, isn't it? So all I need to do now is put screws in here, so that's all fixed at the top there, and then carry on my way down and get it all tied in at the bottom there. Now the moment of truth. Let's see if it works. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Boy, oh boy, I am sopping wet because it is so hot, but it is done now. I'm really happy with how that has turned out. So a couple of points I want to make. Yes, the screw heads I think are quite unattractive. I'm going to look to see how I've done. I've just Googled small screw caps, but because these screws are quite small, I don't know if I can get something small enough. I'm going to have a look at that, see what I can do. If you've got any suggestions, by the way, please do put them down below. Small screw caps is what I'm after. I think, because obviously it's going to be moving around quite a bit, I don't think the ones that just push on the screw heads will necessarily work. I was looking at the hinged ones, you know, that go underneath the screw and then sort of collapse over on top. That I think would be the better option, but I don't think you can get them in different sizes. I might be wrong, but let me know if you know of anything that would hide those screw heads up. Other than that, I'm just going to come up here with some paint and just paint them a different colour, or maybe even just replace them with black screw heads. I don't know, maybe that could work. Anyway, that's by the by. It's just a cosmetic thing. I think functionally they work really well. I cannot see into the bathroom from here with the door open. It looks really good. The most complicated thing about the whole process was just making it level, making sure that it ran level with the door, not level with the ground, which is your natural selection, isn't it? Do you want to make it level with you because you're standing up level? So making it level with the caravan was possibly the most complicated thing, but the installation was easy. The kit itself is really good. Yeah, really good. So I've put a link to this company down below. Like I said, I'm not sponsored or endorsed by them. I have bought this at my own money, so please don't have a go at me that this is a paid promotion, because it's not. If you are in the mood for this, you can contact them and you can request a sample pack from them as well, different colours, maybe explain to them what you want to do and they can send over the different colours as well, which is exactly what I did, and they were really good in sending over the samples to me. So, many thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you are having a great week. I'm going to be cleaning this caravan in the next couple of days, inside and out. Carpets don't need doing though, because they're nice and clean, but everything else really does need cleaning because it looks a bit of a tip in here. So that's it from me today. Please do hit the subscribe button, hit the notification icon. If you can do all of that, then we'll see you in the next upload. Many thanks for watching, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.